Well, after 30 hours of travel, here we are finally back in the UK, thanks to some delays, thanks to some connecting flight cancellations, but we made it, and back in the kind of sunny UK. But the biggest news is, apart from Drip, which I'm about to get onto in a minute, is we are back with Mr. Wookums. So super pleased to see him. So I was on the plane, sitting back and just about to enjoy a glass of champagne and kick my seat back when we heard about a 2-hour delay. So that was fine, I was going to deal with that. I started flicking through Telegram, started flicking through Twitter, and then I saw there was a drama going on, and it had something to do with Forex Shark and something he said. And I thought to myself, do I really want to look through this right now? But I had some time to spare, so I started flicking through the messages, and it seems as though he said a few things that's ruffled some feathers. And to be honest, it didn't come as a huge surprise to me. I mean, he's been very quiet since DDD launched, and there were the attacks and there was a price dip obviously since then. So he's not exactly been that present, and he's got his focus on other things, as we know, with Animal Farm and so forth. But I'm going to share my thoughts on it. But first, if you haven't subscribed, please RKO that subscribe button, and rest assured I will love you long time if you do. Now, do I think Forex Shark should have said the things he said? Personally, no. I think it's come at a very bad time. I think the community are in need of some leadership right now, and the creator of the project, I don't think is a particularly wise move to say things like that about not wanting to develop for Drip anymore. But what we do have to remember is Drip Drop Draw, not Forex's idea. Drip 21, not Forex's idea. Drip Pot Luck, not Forex's idea. So the community has in some way already taken over, and I think that's a great thing. I think Drip has been set up to run whether Forex Shark is alive or dead, literally. But I still don't think it was a particularly wise move to be talking like that. I think these are times really, if a creator is going to say anything, it should be something that's going to increase sentiment amongst the investors, which it didn't. But for many, myself included, I actually don't mind the chaos. And the reason for that is that often the best opportunities and the best momentum is created from the chaos. A wrestling teacher of mine once told me that the best opportunities come in the scramble, in other words, in the chaos. And that is when things are moving, that is when things are all crazy and unpredictable, and some really good stuff can come out of that. And I think in the same respect, it could be the case for Drip. The sentiment has been super stagnant, super negative for a while, and I feel as though this could be a real kick up the backside for a lot of people who are waiting for Superman to come and rescue them, and Superman in this respect being Forex Shark. This is a community project. There's a lot of good minds working on Drip right now, and that's why I'm not selling my $5 bags per day or $4 bags per day for my max wallets, because I'm still building. I still have a positive outlook on the token going forward, and I'm sticking to my general plan of every £1 that I put in, or $1 if you're in the US, for every £1 that I put in to DeFi, I put 2 into blue chips. And that's why I'm really not in a rush to sell. I'm looking at the longer term picture here, and I'm looking at some of the things that have just come out recently, like Drip Pot Luck was amazing. It's doing exactly what Drip needs, which is burning tokens, which is putting tokens into the vault and putting fresh capital into the reservoir. So all of these things, exactly what Drip needs right now. And a tiny reminder that Forex had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's not been approved by Forex. It's not been spoken about by Forex as far as I'm aware. So that is the sort of thing that we need to be looking at right now. The Drip code is immutable, so there's only so much we can do and ask for. But I am currently in favour of having a much higher bar to entry within the faucet. I don't think faucet should be able to be started for $1 or whatever it is, 10 cents. It's ridiculous. And I feel as though going forward, people need to be more respectful with their tokens, and I think they're only going to become more respectful if the protocol requires it. At the moment, people can just keep making new wallets and they can just keep selling, and it's just a money glitch basically. But the issue is that those parasite wallets, as I call them, aren't having to put any fresh capital into the system whatsoever. So I am currently, this may change, but I'm currently in favour of having a much higher bar to entry in terms of drip tokens to create a faucet. And I think it will make people think twice about selling their bags without any respect for the token whatsoever. And I think that only will come from being incentivized to do so. So I know that is currently being discussed, I think, within the DAO. I don't think that's official yet, but I've heard on the grapevine that these things are being discussed. And I personally am on board with it at the moment. As far as my knowledge goes, I think we should move ahead with a higher bar to entry. And over time, if that is the case, some of the parasite wallets will die out if they don't want to put fresh capital into the system, and I think that's great. And if we continue on working on utilities that will burn drip, that will get rid of some of this excess supply, because there is a lot of drip now compared to when it first came out, that's an issue. So we do need to get a handle on the inflation side of drip at the moment. That's an absolute problem that needs to be addressed. So more and more utilities that come that incentivize people to lock up their drip, for drip to be burned, to drip to be put into the tax vault, and for the stuffing of the reservoir, then we can start really looking at the next bull run as being a big potential move for drip, which is why I'm continuing to accumulate, and it's one of my plays that I have a long-term vision for. So yes, drip has its issues right now, and again, I'm not a typical moon boy that's going to stand here and say there's no problems whatsoever. There are some, but I think there are some ways we can address that, as I've just discussed, and to start flipping our minds towards this being a community project, because I don't know if Forex is going to come up with any surprises. I don't think we should bank on it. He did what he had to do in terms of setting up the code and letting it run, and we need to take the reins now. So there are some very capable people out there that are ready to do that. Some amazing devs doing some amazing things, and I think there is more clarity now. I think we realise what we have to do, and for drip to be sustainable, or definitely profitable, it's sustainable, it will keep going, regardless of what the price is, it will keep going. But in terms of being seen as a good investment, there are things we have to focus on, and inflation or minting needs to stop, and we do need to get the reservoir and the vault looking healthy as well. So in a nutshell, I don't think Forex should have said what he said. I think the timing absolutely sucked, and really maybe he should hire a PR guy to take over that side of things. He's obviously very good at what he does, but PR maybe is not his strong point. So I'm going to have some more videos coming up this week. It's been an absolutely mental last couple of days with the traveling and getting back and sorting things out. I still haven't fully unpacked from our 3 months in Mexico. So I've got a busy few days ahead, but I am going to try and squeeze in some more videos with me and obviously Mr. Wookums. So I hope you guys are all having an absolutely blessed day, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on. Stay bullish, stay hydrated, and I'll see you all in the next video.